Brian Dutcher, head coach of the Aztecs basketball team, joining us right now live. They've got BYU coming up tomorrow. Coach, great to have you. Happy holidays. How would you assess the way things have gone so far this year? I know there have been, kind of some highs and lows. What's your assessment?
We played a really competitive schedule. Wish we'd come out on top in a few more games, but when you play Duke, you play Iowa State, you play the best team USD's had in I don't know how long. We ended up on the losing end too often. The Cal loss probably stings more than any. And with that being said, our offense was sensational. We scored 83 points. Unfortunately, we gave up 89.
You can hear that game, by the way, tomorrow, 3:30 pregame with John Schaefer, 4 p.m. tip against the BYU Cougars. Also, you had to address something that's uncomfortable that no coach wants to address, period, but definitely not in season. Jalen McDaniels involved in a situation up in Washington where a civil suit is being filed against Jalen for a voyeurism situation where something was taped, and at very least, the person who's filing against him says against her awareness. So something like this happens in season. From the basketball standpoint and the personal standpoint, how do you handle this in-house?
I said at my original press conference, as a father of 2 daughters, my heart goes out to everybody involved. And with that being said, Jalen has been granted the same due process as any other student at San Diego State would be granted. So, I can't comment about the legal end of it, the civil end of it, but, Jalen continues to work hard and try to be the best student, athlete, and person he can be when he's on this campus.
Coach, as you said, there's not much you can say. I just want to get a quick kind of a yes or no based on the fact that it's a civil proceeding. I mean, is there any chance that Jalen McDaniels, this affects his playing status this year?
All I can say is we'll continue to monitor the situation. I don't know how long this process will take or where it will go. It's in the hands of the civil people that deal with this, and as more things come out or don't come out, we'll deal with it at that time. But right now, his status remains unchanged with the team and at the university.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Coach, in a more general sense, we hear, I think, in the world of sports often, and this could be anything, the idea of distraction, whether somebody's got something going on off the court, at home, and obviously, high-level athletics, the job is to be able to kind of navigate that. What do you do with your guys in a general sense to handle outside distractions?
It's something every sports team deals with. I don't care if it's high school basketball, college basketball, pro basketball. There are going to be distractions. And right now, we're just finishing up finals. That's a distraction, although a necessary one and a really good one because we're here for an education. But that takes away from basketball. There's the situations that happen with parents and roles on the team, and players want to know where their worth is daily. And so there are always things you're dealing with as a coach. But the big picture is you're doing everything in your power to put your team in the best position to win games for San Diego State. And that's what we've tried to do. We've taken this 10-day break in between games, gotten through finals, and tried to improve ourselves at the defensive end and at the rebounding end. So hopefully all our hard work will show results where we become a better basketball team after these 10 days. Now, the task tomorrow will be monumental. BYU has a very, very experienced and talented basketball team. And so we will be put to the test immediately, and I'm looking forward to that challenge.
Brian Dutcher, head coach of the Aztecs, joining us on Xtra 1360, talking about that game against the BYU Cougars. Tip-off 4 p.m. Going to be pregame at 3:30 with John Schaefer, the Iron Pig. Let's talk about the Cougars a little bit. Childs is the leading scorer in the WCC, so this is no small feat. Actually, he's also the leading rebounder. How do you contain a player like him?
He's just such a special talent. I mean, he's averaging 23 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, a double-double. He can shoot the three if left open. He gets inside. He's strong and physical. And so it might not be a one-man job. There will be times we have to come over and give some assistance defensively to try to contain him. But by doing that, you open up some of the BYU three-point shooters. And so it'll be a real challenge for us to try to play them at times one-on-one and at times to come over and give a double team and give some assistance. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing how the team responds to that.
Coach, college football feels like it's about to make some changes with the way it ends its season. I don't know if it's going to take a year, 2 years, whatever it may be. There's a lot less controversy in hoops because so many teams do end up with an opportunity. However, it's not totally without controversy. What's your take? Are there any changes you would make on the way college basketball decides its champion?
I think change happens when the Power 5 conferences decide change needs to happen. And so for football, when the Big Ten doesn't get a representative in, the Pac-12 doesn't get a representative in football, you're going to see changes because those conferences don't like the current process where they don't have teams with a chance to win a national title. As far as basketball goes, the concerning thing is you're seeing less and less non-Power 5 schools get at-large bids. And so we have to do everything in our power to schedule up to try to put a resume together so that if we don't win 3 games at the end of March, we still have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. And if you look at the West Coast as a whole right now, I think there are only 3 teams on the entire West Coast that are ranked. Arizona State, Gonzaga, and who is my third? Nevada in our conference. And so the West Coast has a lot of work to do from an at-large standpoint to get multiple bids this year. And it's not just the Mountain West. It's the Pac-12, the WCC, all these conferences will be struggling at the end to try to get at-large teams in.
Got to ask you about junior guard Devin Watson. I think he's done a great job stepping into the vacuum left by senior Trey Kell as he moved on. They're similar players from a lot of standpoints, both shorter guards, both dynamic, both do not mind getting it dirty in the paint a little bit. And I've really been enjoying watching the progress from on-court perspective. How's the leadership coming on? Who's your leader on this team? Is it Watson?
Well, Devin and Jeremy, my 2 seniors, are by far the best leaders we have. And they've been through the wars. They've played a lot of games at San Diego State and had a lot of success. Both of them obviously helped us make it to the NCAA tournament last year and win the postseason conference title. So they provide great experience, great leadership, and they're trying as fast as they can to get a young team of our top 11, 8 are sophomores or freshmen, up to speed for a very competitive conference season. And so they're doing their part, and I'm real pleased with how they're leading this team forward.
Dutch, who'd you draw in the Aztec Secret Santa Christmas party hat? Whose name did you pull out?
Well, when you're the head coach, everybody gets a gift. There is no drawing.
Oh, so, do you get them something? What do you get all the guys?
Well, my wife picks out some things. I got them maybe a gift card or 2, maybe so they can go up on campus and enjoy a meal, and just a little mixture of gifts that hopefully they'll enjoy.
Like, what is the schedule next week? I know you guys don't play again until the following Saturday. So what do you guys do next week?
Very Dutcher Christmas. You're hosting everyone at your house, right? I'll be there. I'll bring the eggnog.
Anybody that doesn't have a place to go is always welcome at the Dutcher house.
Wow.
The kids are going to try to get home or to host families they might have had if they're overseas. And we'll give them off from when the game ends tomorrow. We'll come back on the 26th evening, and then we'll practice the 27th and 28th for a game on the 29th. So I'm giving them as much as I feel I can give them, but still have the team ready to play against, I think we have Brown coming back. They're 7-4. And so even though it's the Ivy League, it's a very good Ivy League team. And so as a coach, I'll be having one eye on the Christmas tree and one eye getting ready for Brown after break.
All right, well, we know there's about 500 tickets still available for this game tomorrow. That's going to be a very good one. GoAztecs.com if you want to see the game. Good way to start off the holiday week. Dutch, Merry Christmas to you. Have a great holiday week. Go get him tomorrow night. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks so much, guys. We will talk to you soon.
All right, the head coach of the Aztecs, Brian Dutcher, joining us on Mark and Rich.